Hey friends, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. We are here in Create a Sim today and we are creating the Babineaux family or household. They are going to be living in the French country farmhouse that I just posted just a couple days ago. I wanted to get them out kind of back to back so that they were fresh on our mind when the Babineau family actually came to light and we remembered where they were supposed to live. So it's not set in stone, but it is how my save file will be. So if you want to play like that, you can. If not, move whatever family into my house that you want, or play this family in whatever house that you want. This family is going to be French natives. I wanted them to come from the place that their home came from. So that's how I inspired myself with this family and their genetics. When I base a sim off of a specific nationality, I actually look up on Google or like whatever search engine you use, the nationality that I want and whatever gender I'm looking for, and I'll do average face and just kind of base it off of that. So that's my science, I guess, that I use. And I feel that my Sims turn out fairly diverse. So it must be working for me, somewhat at least. So this first sim that we have here is going to be Alain Babineaux. He is the patriarch of the family. He is going to be an adult sim because he's going to have a young adult daughter and a teenage daughter. So he is definitely in his later years of adulthood and has definitely established himself in his career as a professor at a university. So he has done fairly well for himself and is quite the intellectual. He is kind of proper too. He likes to be a put together kind of guy in terms of his fashion sense. He definitely prefers to be wearing a more polished kind of style, which is something that kind of goes throughout his whole family. They're very flirty and cute and put together in their style when it comes to fashion. And I kind of like that for them. It's different than what I do in my day to day. So, something I aspire to be. I struggled a little bit when it came to Alan's outerwear, but I am happy with how it turned out. I try to make their outerwear somewhat match what their everyday wear looks like, so it looks like they're just throwing on a coat over top. And I was happy with this pick. We do make him a nature lover. He does have the knowledge aspiration, and he loves dogs too. This family's going to have a collie named Louis that you'll see us make at the end, and he is romantically reserved, which is a new trait that came with the Lovestruck expansion pack, but I felt like it was fitting for him because he is a more quiet, intellect, mysterious guy, and I felt like he would be a little bit harder to open up when it comes to meeting someone new. However, his wife here, Collette, she broke that hard shell and got through, and they are such a lovey-dovey couple. She too loves being out in nature. She is definitely going to be more of a homemaker. I absolutely adore the hairstyle that we gave her. I love the curls in this one. I believe this is the one that came with Ecolifestyle, but I might be wrong on that. I can't remember. I love how her eyes turned out as well. They're so, just the shape of them is so pretty to me, and then I love the color too with her skin tone. It just, she's so beautiful. I love this sim so much, and they made very pretty daughters together too. So I did go pretty minimal when it came to her makeup. I wanted it to be more on the neutral side, but still, like, she puts a little bit of a face on her day to day just because she 2 likes to be put together and look presentable and ready to go out on the town whenever she needs to pop into the market or the flower shop to see her daughter. Yeah, I just picture this family being very wholesome and family oriented and just happy on their little hobby farm with their chickens and their flower arranging. I did play around with some different hairstyles to try and pick one that would be suitable for her sleepwear, because I felt like having her hair done up in a bun all the time was a little bit over the top and excessive, but I don't recall if I actually found a nice one. I might just leave it as is because it was the easier option. I keep her style pretty polished as well. Very floral and light and flirty, and I just love it. Her and her husband both like blues and greens and browns, a lot of tones that you would find in nature, which makes total sense for this family. They even have like a beekeeping station on there property. So they are all about animals and nature, and I really love that for them. I did give her a different formal wear style for her hair. It felt a little fitting. I think this one even has some jewels in it, so it's a little bit dressed up and so cute. I love this dress too. I'm trying to be diverse in my outfits. So I've been trying to pick different dresses each time, and I don't think I've used that one yet. So I was excited to get to use it. And I think the brownie beige gold swatch is definitely my favorite. I gave a lot of dresses to the sim when it came to her style. It just felt like her, but her party wear, I did go with some pants because I wanted to use this blazer really badly. I think it all looks very put together, and like she's got a particular style. She definitely has a color that she gravitates toward, and that's more of a bluey green, but I think that's okay. I think it suits her because her eyes are green, so it definitely draws them out. And I just imagine her being a very like soft mother figure to her daughters, having a really close relationship with them. When I dressed her in her outerwear with that cap, she reminded me so much of Anastasia. It's like a Disney movie about a daughter of the Romanov family, and she goes missing during the war or whatever was happening in Russia, and ends up in an orphanage. And then years later, when she's trying to figure out who she is based on this little music box that she has from her past, she ends up finding her family and finds out that she's a royal, and that's who this sim reminded me of in her outerwear. What a off base little connection story kind of thing. Let me know in the comments if you know what movie I'm talking about, because I feel like that's not a well-known princess movie, but to me Anastasia is probably more a princess than some of the princesses of Disney. I don't know. That's just my opinion. It could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. She's not part of the princess lineup, so I'm sure there's a reason for that. Maybe the story is too based on true events for her to be a real princess in Disney's eyes. But this here is the older daughter. Her name is Fleur. It felt so fitting for her because she is going to be a flower shop owner. She inherited her mother's curls in her hair, and I think she's so pretty. I think all these Sims turned out so pretty. I'm so happy with the genetics in this game here and how they operated, because they did their job well. For Fleur, I make her like the color yellow. I feel like yellow is just a color I think of often when I think of flowers, because I think of sunflowers and daffodils and daisies and lilies have the yellow centers, and yellow just screams flowers to me. Flowers and sunshine and nature. If it's not blue, greens, and browns, it's yellow. For her makeup, I did go a little bit heavier, but nothing too crazy. I wanted to keep her pretty natural as well. And then I give her some fun flower earrings for her different outfits because I feel like she would play around with that kind of thing, especially if you own a flower shop. And I love those big giant sun hats that we have in this game, especially on the hot weather and swimwear outfits. For swimwear, you have to like click the X in the sorting section at the top for the swimwear category in order to be able to see all the hat options. But that's what I usually do, and I just kind of pick whatever hat I want. I do go with some florals in her outfits as well. She is going to have more of a preppy boho style. I feel like someone that owns a flower shop and a cafe would be very easygoing, go with the flow, kind of free spirit, and out there and very creative driven. Not out there in a like a outcast kind of way, but kind of in a spiritual woo woo kind of way. And I like that kind of way because I'm kind of like that. So I'm here for it. I love making Sims like this. I did give this Sim a nose ring, which I feel was. Oh, wait. Maybe I didn't. I thought I did there. Okay, I thought that was a little bit out there for this sim and the character that I was creating here, so I'm actually glad that I didn't give her a nose ring. I totally thought I did there. But she follows suit after her parents. She is a dog lover, growing up with dogs on her little hobby farm. She loves the outdoors. She's into gardening and fishing and obviously flower arranging. I think she's into handiness as well. She is here for the French country and farmhouse decor. Obviously, it's what feels like home. It's where she grew up. So she is very close knit when it comes to family, I think. Her sister as well. They're just, the whole family is tight. No one really feels like a black sheep. They just kind of all work together, and I picture them having family board game nights, and once the girls move out, they'll do like a monthly potluck where they all bring like a meal to a family dinner and catch up and chat about life, and then the kids start running around, and yeah, it's just such a cute little story I've got planned out for them. So I'm here for it. This is the teen daughter Collette. I love her name. She is going to inherit her father's hair type. It's going to be a little bit more on the straight side with just a tiny bit of wave to it. I love the bangs. I feel like maybe it brings a little attitude to her look. Youngness shows that she's the teen in the family, the baby of the family, and she's going to have a little bit heavier of makeup because I feel like that's a natural progression. When you're younger and a teenager, you're very heavy into the eyeliner and eyeshadows because it's all new and fun and exciting. And then the older you get, you realize how much time it takes away from you and just put in a little bit less effort. Not no effort, but less effort. This daughter is definitely going to be more on the artsy side. She's going to be into painting, so she's going to probably be a little bit closer with her mom, whereas Fleur would be maybe a little closer with her dad just in terms of their hobbies and aligning in that sense. Collette is going to be big into baking and cooking and gardening and painting. Well, Fleur is going to be, like I said, into the more outdoorsy fishing, gardening, flower arranging, where her dad is sort of like that, and then her mom is, like we talked about, very much your typical housewife, keeping of all the chores in the home and stuff like that. Very much a kitchen dweller. Oh my gosh, I called her Collette, but that was totally the mom's name. This is Francine. Francine, not Collette. That was my mistake. Oh, I feel so bad. I know it's a sim and she's not taking offense to it, but I totally messed their names up there. So both daughters are going to be creative, and this daughter, as opposed to being a dog lover, I made her an animal enthusiast. I feel like she would help out more with the chickens than Fleur would, and yeah, that's probably like a mother-daughter kind of thing for the two of them. So hopefully you enjoy playing with this family if you want to download them, even if you just download them into your world and they're NPC sims for you. That's what I do to liven up my townies a little bit. They've gotten stale at this point. The game's 10 years old. So anyways, enjoy a final look through of this family's outfits, and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Show me your support however you're willing to, and most importantly, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye guys!